Yeah, we're playing Wolfenstein 3D. Hello once again, YouTube. We are going in a different direction at the moment, going from Doom to Wolfenstein 3D. Let's jump into it. So there's something a little different with this version of Wolfenstein 3D, and you can hear it in the music, and you can see it in the graphics. I am playing this with CJ's Shoeshine pack, plus the HD music pack by Nautilus, which you can get from the same place, forum thread, or you can get from the same place in the ZDoom forums. Sometimes it is very hard to go back to Wolf 3D without CJ Shoeshine patch. Because for me, this has just become what Wolfenstein 3D is. The Shoeshine pack works with Wolf 3D and Spear, as long as you're using EC Wolf. That's the thing. I don't think it works with the mission packs. I could be wrong though. It has been a while since I tried. There is a mod floating around for the original encounter. I'm not able to try that, so I don't know if it works with that. For some reason, my EC Wolf decides to crash before it even launches when I try to load that one, so I have no clue what's wrong with it. So I have no clue if it works, and I have no clue how to test it. I was able to get it working at one time, but every time I've tried to download it since, it either I either wouldn't unzip, or it just wouldn't load with EC Wolf. So I cannot vouch for its usefulness anymore. But when I did play it, it was pretty much the it was pretty much seemingly the Super Nintendo campaign. It was a lot of fun. Or, well, what is now referred to as the Mac family campaign, because it was included on the Mac version as well, which I would love to get my hands on. If I can find the Mac version of Wolfenstein 3D, that would be amazing. Because that includes... That's basically 90 levels of Wolfenstein right there. Because it's got the original encounter, what was the campaign on the Super Nintendo, was then uncensored on the 3DO, and remained untouched for the Apple II GS and Mac version, as well as the Jaguar version. So yeah, let's go to the secret level. Now, this time we are not going to do the one level per episode, because if you notice, we've only gone into 4 minutes there. So we will move on to map 10, the secret level. So this has advanced sound effects, and as well as you can tell the graphics and sound. So pretty much everything is enhanced. And it's mostly based on what you would have seen in the Mac family ports. The only difference is that Spear of Destiny was never released to the Mac family ports. And fun fact, Wolfenstein 3D, as well as Spear of Destiny, I kind of bought them all in a bundle on Steam. They were all my first id games that I ever bought myself. And I think they were worth it. We'll be doing more Wolfenstein stuff after. I keep saying Stein like with a slight accent, and I don't know why, but oh well, we're sticking with it. But we'll be doing more Wolfenstein stuff in the future. And Probably more, like, probably going through the Wolfenstein scenarios that Lazaro has put out. And also certain SDL Wolfenstein mods, such as Eisenfaust Legacy and Eisenfaust Origins. And I'm probably forgetting something else. Oh, we'll also be doing the Blade of Agony stuff. And we will also... Did I forget that secret? No, I got it. What else will we be doing? Probably Operation Serpent. Operation Serpent will be fun. I've never played Operation Serpent. A friend of mine had played it on his channel, though. And I'm quite excited for it. Wolf 3D is probably one of my favorite games of all time, actually. When I get really drunk, and my friends can testify to this, I tell them to play Wolfenstein 3D. Like, a lot. And it's really funny. Apparently. I've seen Twitch VODs of me drunk telling my friends to play Wolfenstein 3D. And it's hilarious. But I'm a very forgetful person when I drink. So I don't actually remember anything after I wake up. It's not like blacking out or anything, it's just forgetful. Completely forgetful. Like, I even forgot who I was talking to one time. The morning after is always such a fun scavenger hunt, trying to figure out where I was and who I talked to. So funny. Anyways. Yeah, this is probably one of my 3 favorite games of all time. This game, Doom, and Oblivion. Which, one of those is very much not like the others, but Oblivion is an amazing game with an amazing soundtrack that is absolutely breathtaking. And when you get the graphic settings up to maximum, which I'm not a graphics snob. I don't think better graphics make for a better game. But I certainly think they can change your perception of one. But I'm not a graphics snob. But when you get Oblivion's graphics to the maximum, it looks gorgeous. And you can just stand in the open world, look around, and that game looks like a painting. And this game kind of looks like a painting right now. And there are many paintings. And secrets. I quite like push wall secrets. And apparently push wall secrets are were something that was a source of, what's the word? They were the source of debate when this game was being made, apparently. Romero and Hall fought really hard with Carmack to get these in, and they were fighting with them for weeks, and eventually Carmack was just like, okay, it's time to stop this. They were in the game the whole time. That's basically what happened. Like, he put them in the game right after they asked him for it. And I guess he thought it was a funny prank to make them think it wasn't that they weren't there at all. So I'm wondering, how far in development did they get, like in terms of level making? Did they get before there were push walls? And if they finished any levels with him, what what levels... If they finished any levels before there were any push walls, right here. That's always a great way to remember. The third banner, go to the opposite wall. Anyway, so I wonder how... If they finished any levels, and if so, how many did they finish before they knew that they were in the game? And they must have gone back after and put push walls in those levels. Gotta be careful. Walk in, back up. If you don't hear anything, you should be fine. But if you're on episode 2, just wait. Give it about 10-15 seconds, because you might not be. I probably missed some treasure and I will never know. Did I miss any secrets? Let's see. Let's see, I got the 2 in here, right? Yeah. What about the, power-ups? Or the life-ups? Okay, I got those ones. What's the ones in the 2 in the blue section? Did I get the 2 in the blue section? Were there 2 in the blue section, or 3? There were 2. There were 2 in the blue section. One on the left, one on the right. Yeah, and then between the barrels? Yes, okay, yes. Then there was another on the route back, just to the right of this door, right? Yes, I got that one. Okay, where's one? There's a chain of 3, I think. Was it 3 or 4? 3. 3. Yeah, okay, good. What was in these? I freaking forget. I think it was just, like, maybe crowns or something. Okay. Oh. I forgot that one existed, but I got it. Okay. Muscle memory. Sometimes you completely forget. And, let's see, okay. Painting in the woodroom. Painting in the woodroom, right? Did I get the painting in the woodroom? Yes, I did. Perfect. Perfect. Left of the guard, left of the guard, left of the guard, left of the guard, left of the guard. Left of the guard. Okay, that's everything. That is everything. Perfect. Okay. Now this is tricky, because there's a guy on the other side of this door. We'll go back and get the dogs in a second, but for now, get that guy, and then over here. I probably shouldn't be with the handgun too much, but sometimes it's just so much fun to go pistol only for a little bit. One of these days, I will do a stream of a pistol or knife only run of at least the first episode. Maybe not getting all the way to the end of episode 3, but at least the first episode. That'll be fun. Stay still. No, stop moving. Okay. Now in this room, yeah, there's 2 blueberries and a brownie right there. But this room is a lot easier. You could probably take out the blueberry with the pistol and then deal with the brownie after. health ups. He didn't notice me until I started firing. I wonder how long until he would notice me, or at least pull out his weapon. Which would be after he noticed me, but he would have made a sound first. Right? Not sure. Not sure. I'm always trying to figure out which levels are Romero's and Hall's. I know the first level is Romero. I think the second level is also Romero because it does take a bunch of elements from the first level. Like, at least the prison room, which I don't know if that was just like a common motif for them, but I think maybe. The prison room and the dog room, mostly, is what makes me think this might have been a Romero level. I could be wrong, though, and this was a Hall level. And this room also makes me think it was a Romero level, because this contains another element. It's like a beefier remake of Episode 1, except with that... or of Map 1, I mean. You can go this... You don't even have to go this way to get the key, I think, and pretty much at that point it's just a horseshoe. So I think it might be... almost forgot this one. I think it might be, I think it might be a Romero level. Pretty much... That's my idea. Those three rooms, plus the fact that it's basically a horseshoe with a bit sticking out of it. And that's pretty much it. There's also that's pretty much how I figure if it's a Romero or Hall level. If it's a Romero level, it's probably the loops and horseshoes, but I could be wrong. Like, maybe Hall followed those design techniques too. Because if you guys didn't know, loops make for excellent flow. You ever played a game and went far enough and kept going forward, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm back here. And it feels great, because you feel like, hey, you think you know your way around, and it feels pretty nice. Loops make for great flow. Never forget that. Also, if you don't like knuckle cracking, I'm sorry. I do that a lot. Checking the sound thing in Audacity, and I'm not even looking at the game. Apparently, most of the voices in the game, I don't know about the Mac versions, but in the original game, they're all Tom Hall. Most of the ports, I think, were done by, internally by id. At least Carmack did the ports internally, not including levels. I know for a fact the SNES port was done in less than, I think Romero said 3 weeks? He did it in 3 weeks. They found out with 6 weeks to the deadline that the guy they had hired to do it had up and left. So they did it themselves. Like, he just disappeared without a trace. That's what I heard. And they had to learn how to make for the Super Nintendo and make levels in 6 weeks. So they learned in 3 weeks and then got it done in another 3 weeks. Which is... Wait, no, they learn and make on the go. So Because I know it took 3 weeks to make the thing, so they must have had to find them in. They had 3 weeks to find them, and then another 3 just make it themselves. Also, another thing I forgot about with the shoe shine patch is that it does break some of the patrol routes. If you've never seen Wolfenstein 3D before, the enemies are programmed. Some enemies are programmed to go on routes around the level. Come on. So, certain enemies are programmed to walk around on routes around the level. Just whatever feels interesting at the time. And that adds a little bit of a stealth element to the game. They dropped that in Doom, but returned it for Quake. Also, I'm kind of wondering if... oh, the dog's walking away. I'm kind of wondering if these doors... if they aren't actually a portion of the level sliding and they're actually just an animation. And they just block you until a certain point. And if that is the case, that's probably why... if they're an animation that just blocks you until a certain frame, that's probably why... almost thought there was a guy in there, but there wasn't. They do that. But if it's an animation that blocks you until a certain frame, that makes sense. Because that's probably a lot easier than to actually do a sliding, to make this be an actual door. But I know in some of the more advanced ports, I know SDL does this. I think the Jaguar, all the Mac family ports do this. Maybe not the SNES version, but all the Mac family ports, you can actually go into this nook here, which is kind of cool. So into this nook in the door, you can go all the way up to the edge of the door while it's closed. Oh, I missed some treasure. Damn it. Which is a freaking cool idea. Why don't I save real quick? Just in case. Because I have a bad feeling. No, there's a secret in this level that I always forget. There's a secret in here that I always forget, and I'm trying to remember it now. So you go through here. See, patrol routes. He didn't even know I was there. So you go through here, and I think it's this wall? Must be this one. Yeah. I always forget this one. But I was playing earlier today, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. But I forgot my piece of paper. Wherever that was. Where the fuck are you? There's gotta be... I know there's 2 on this wall. There we go. Sometimes, man. Oh, shit. When you hear a door open and it's not you, that's when you wish your pants were brown. That's when you wish you wore brown pants. 'Cause it is so terrifying, and you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, I knew you were coming, motherfuckers. Was this the room with the secret? No, it's on the other side. It's a... Fuck, which one was it? One of these two has the secret. No, wait. This one can't have the secret, because that's the back edge. That wall is the very back edge, and you can't have anything push against the very back edge. So it's gotta be that one. We'll get back to it. Maybe it was this one? No. But I knew it was on the left side, so it's got to be the very end one. I already looked in here, you idiot. Ah, fuck. Okay, I had to move a bunch of stuff. It's okay, though. I dropped a bunch of pencils and pens. Move that over. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Now, is there a third secret in here? No, there can't be. So, if you've never seen the EC Wolf source port, one of the things it adds is a map. And it can either be one of the square outlines, or just a green outline, or it could be, there's a guy to the right, so I should get close to him first. It's either just, it's this square outline, you can't do the lines, but you can have it be textured or not textured. I think you could even have a floor textured? Yeah, I don't think that thing is working quite right, because it's supposed to show the level ratios, and it's not. Achtung! So far, so good. Did I hear 2 doors open? Son of a... Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's go down in the other room, because that other room doesn't lead anywhere, and I don't want to forget it. Again, looking at the audio feed in Audacity, and I'm not paying attention. After a while, this game just kind of becomes muscle memory. So you think you'll be okay looking away, and sometimes you do. You do okay looking away. But you probably shouldn't, because you'll look like an idiot. If there was a sound for walking into the wall, just a like something like that when you touch the wall, I could theoretically make my way around at least the first level and the secret level of episode 1 blindfolded. Maybe. I'm not going to test it, but I probably could. However, I'd be walking around with my nose to the wall, trying to figure out the shape of the room. Just like if I'm always touching a wall, that'd be good. And then have it change depending on the angle I'm touching the wall. And if I'm touching a corner, I could probably navigate the entire game. Probably. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. So in the original game of Wolfenstein 3D, this does, depending on which version of the game, even on the DOS version, this could have been patched out. But a lot of the really common versions of Wolfenstein 3D, that wall just goes into the void, and you're looking at a Hall of Mirrors effect. I've always wanted to map for Wolf 3D. I've always wanted to, but I don't think I've gotten my hands on a map editor that I like. At one point, I will probably, when I learn to code, I will have to just build my own editor. Just my own TED tile editor, and just try to make it myself. But I'll have to look into the source code and figure out, okay, how are levels made. I know it's made with a tile editor that also worked on Keen. And obviously Hover Tank and Catacombs. Catacomb 3D or Catacombs? Probably Catacomb. But I would love to just... I'd love to be able to make Wolfenstein levels. I don't know if there's a difference between making Wolfenstein. Did I say I'd love to make Catacomb levels? I'd love to make Wolfenstein levels. Maybe Catacomb later on if EC Wolf becomes compatible. Because I do like Catacomb. Maybe at some point I should play Catacomb 2D. I've never played Catacomb 2D. Anyways. I'd love to make my own editor for this if I knew how. And just make my own levels. But I don't know how that would work with EC Wolf. It would probably work fine with SDL because I have a feeling that just all the levels are built into the maphead.wl6 thing. But I am not sure about Wolf 3D. Or, I mean, EC Wolf. I'm not sure how EC Wolf does things, but I'm sure all the levels are just the maphead file. Actually, I do have a program with old school Wolf edit, or a CD with old school Wolf edit on it. It also has the shareware episodes for Wolf 3D and also Blake Stone, as well as just several, I think hundreds of shareware episodes, but I could be wrong. Or not shareware episodes, just custom levels. There's plenty of them on there. Anything I'm missing here? No? Alright, let's move on. Now, level 4 is the hardest one. Is this the one... Is the secret in this corner? Yes, okay, this is a very, very, very hard level. Real pain in the ass, this one. So we're going to do another save. So we'll save at the start, and... Yes, okay, so this room here, we will save before we leave that door. When we're about to leave that door, we'll have to save. Ouch. This level, I am not 100% sure if this is a Carmack or sorry, not Carmack, Romero or Hall level. There's one level, I think it's in episode 3 or 4, where it has TH and JR, I think, or built into the shape of the blocks, and there's just a big maze. I think that one is Hall's. But I'm probably very, very, very wrong. Actually, what would be kind of interesting... Since, since the original Wolfenstein editor is text-based, it uses text characters, I think. It would be cool to see with something like Playski, a program that makes levels or a program where you can just draw with PlaySkey, and if you know the right characters, it will convert them into, right, I said I would save right here. Did I go to the dog room yet? So if you convert them from a... So that would be kind of cool if you could convert from a PNG to, yeah, I did. Or an image in just you can, like a... What am I trying to say? So if you could write in the levels character by character rather than with a map editor, or even just draw them as a PNG, that would be kind of cool. And just have it convert. Obviously you gotta know what characters do what, otherwise you might just have a million blueberries and no walls. Gotta be careful with this whole area, because as soon as I leave that door, all hell is gonna break loose, and I need to be extra careful. Shit. Okay, that was just the door closing. Okay. So at least for me, the safest way, and I'm going to save again, the safest way to get out is through this door. You stand about right here, and you can just see everybody that you need to. Let's do a quick sprint down here. Okay, everything looks good. There's a guy. A little lethal, but that's okay. So far, so good. So for the longest time, that sound effect that the second guy made when he got alerted, I thought they were just saying hef hef, but it turns out they're saying SS, and I had no idea. It makes fucking perfect sense. Because they're fucking Nazis and you gotta shoot them down. Okay, so we got through that shit with me being stupid, but we still did it. There was a thing in here, wasn't there? Hopefully a medkit. If not, I'll have... Yes. So this is level 4, I think? I get the numbers mixed up of the levels, but I'm pretty sure this is level 4. I feel bad about the German Shepherds in this game. They're not real German Shepherds, but I still feel bad. One thing that's great about having, at least with these early FPS, is that there's not a lot of inputs. So for when I want to take a sip of my water, I can map the move and use buttons to open door, and I can play this game just fine. Strafing is a bit of a pain in the ass, though. I have not mapped any of the strafe keys. Oh, that's another big plus about EC Wolf. Built-in strafe keys. In most of the ports of Wolfenstein 3D, I think there's two guys. Yeah. In most of the ports of Wolfenstein 3D and the original DOS version, you cannot turn and strafe at the same time. Like this. That little bit of health. Which I think was in the secret? Yeah. No. But yeah, so you can set up strafe keys in, there. You can set up strafe keys in EC Wolf just automatically, without any messing around. In SDL, you can do the same thing, but the big problem with SDL is that it takes you have to go into a hex editor and drag in the config file. I missed some kills and some treasure? Where the fuck did I miss that shit? So yeah, this was floor 4. Get psyched. So yeah, this was Wolfenstein 3D. Link to at least the Zetum forums page on, not article, but the forum topic for CJ Shoeshine Pack, which is where also the music mods are, as well as, well, yeah, that's where they are. There isn't a, I don't remember where the other mod I was talking about that had the original encounter that was from the Mac family ports. But so yeah, link to my Twitch and my Twitter is in the description, as well as my Discord if you'd like to join the community. Hit the thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you did not. Leave a comment telling me anything you'd like me to play after this. And subscribe if you want more. Until then, have a good one. Bye for now.